Sir, in a simple level, I'll ask the question. One is when when a sex is happening, there are two objects. There's two human beings, let us keep. And when there are two people having sex, it is all. And let me talk about the rape videos getting circulated. In that context, I'm speaking. It's like always the video circulated with both the people having sex. But in that, women becomes a victim. Women say that, oh, my khartu's gone, my virginity. In a sense, shameness. Oh, she commits suicide and she immolates herself. And but the guy is also there. But the guy doesn't even bother about it. Even in many places, even in the porn movies, when you find, or even the rape, and so many things are there. Even a man can sleep 10, 20 people. And he can tell his wife also very courageously. So that how this shameness is constructed on this woman that she has to commit suicide basically.
That is, I think, a very important question one has to address in terms of a democratic politics agenda. If one wants to think about it, a democratic politics of gender which is feminist without being only a woman's politics. Men who are interested also will take it. I think it's a very important question. It's a very, I think, a powerful and interesting question, which I would think it probably, in your mind, it comes from the angle of humiliation and other movement. It comes from that angle also. It's difficult. I think a part of that pathway I was talking about, of a conduct of sexuality in society, which is constructed through culture, that path has all these aspects to it, for the woman and for the man. There is a process through which the shame is inculcated from childhood in what is considered normal sexual behavior. Right? It is something which is inculcated by parents, by mothers, in prepubescent girls, in girls who go through puberty, who have, the way they dress, the way they conduct themselves, the way they talk to people, and through explicit stories, cinemas, all of that. At one point, I would say maybe 30 or 40 years ago, for a woman to even lose her virginity was a major question. It was almost equivalent to rape. I mean, if you did before you got married, it was equivalent to being raped. Today, possibly the question of rape and the question of losing virginity have dissociated themselves, because there is quite a bit of promiscuity which is there among women in consensual sexuality. And yet, while consensual sexuality does not have that level of anguish at a premarital stage among women today as 30 years ago, it's not such a major question, I would say. The anguish of being raped is huge. I mean, that has not gone. And I think for good reasons, because rape is also, as feminists have shown us, is an expression of force. Unadulterated coercion and force to the level of violating a body. Violating a body which is, in culture, in cinema, shown as the epitome of beauty. Is shown as the epitome of beauty and as an object of desire and a cherished possession of a woman, to which there are complex relationships. And once it is set up as a target like that, rape actually destroys that target. And the experience of being raped is the experience of that force of destruction, I would say. And how a man thinks about the potential of rape that exists within the fact of being a man. Any man would be a potential rapist in some way. And I'm talking only in purely heterosexual terms. I don't know how to address this question in any other way. Right? How a man thinks of this potential of rape, how you establish an ethics in relation to masculine sexuality in such a way that it comes to terms with and learns how to go beyond that potential of rape. What would be a form of attractiveness to women which does not indulge in this sense of masculine power, which is a subtle expression of the potentiality of rape? You know, that macho conduct, that way of expressing yourself which shows uninhibited masculinity. They're all metaphors for rape in some way. And there is a culture of both repulsion and attraction women have with respect to this. They like macho men without liking necessarily what it would ultimately imply. Not necessarily without liking what it is. At one end point, a kind of domination which would be a certain kind of rape. So there is a tremendous process of thinking required in learning how to go beyond this kind of gendering and sexuality of society in such a way that that aspect of culture which touches with attractiveness, with sexuality, has an enchantment without being lost in the process of getting rid of this coercive aspect. How does one? It's a huge problem which one has to deal with. Can we just stop here?